I was actually watching Q&A with Sol, the head of the Hexworks studio, the guys responsible for Lords of the Fallen, and one of the questions sparked entire rant of mine about gaming industry overall. So hey, have fun watching the highlights from the live stream, and after the highlights I am going to add some input now after I have listened to myself and what I was blabbing about on the live stream. So yeah, please enjoy.
The co-op multiplayer system in place, we have the invasion currently in place, the connectivity, rubber banding, stuff like that. So in terms of kind of the life cycle for the game, like what is your view on PvP? How much support do you expect it to get going forward? Do you expect changes for matchmaking, for scaling, stuff like that?
Yeah. So in terms of the PvP, we've or on PvE, right? It's like there's two different tracks. On PvP, we work together with some of the best PvP streamers out there, Stilovsky and G9. They were tremendously helpful for us because they got a very early build of the game, and then we started working with them on let's play it. Let's see. Let's get your feedback. Let's see what's going on, right? And on that regard, big kudos to them both because they've actually been crucial for this, right? So they helped us discover a lot of potential exploits. We actually changed the dash distances.
This is actually important to understand what he means. The state of the game when we got our hands on it was fucking terrible. You have no idea how bad the multiplayer was. It was worse than it is now. It was twice the amount of unplayable, or even more, back in the days when we started testing the game. So I think this is what Sol is referring to. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna unveil some secrets from the testing period. So after running into the other player, shit was desyncing like crazy. You see what the fuck is going on here? You see? Do you see this? The improvements that they did within the last months were fucking great. Like, they did so much good job in that regard. It's just the problem is that the game was released overall too early. I'm gonna show you more. For once, what we figured out over here, like, I'm testing one particular thing. Look at the stamina bar, yeah, of mine. It's looking normal, yeah? I'm rolling and stamina bar goes down. What I did, I unequipped everything to have a light roll, and look what's going on. Do you see that? The stamina bar is being consumed twice. You do like 2 rolls instead of 1 when you were light rolling. It's fucked up that this game didn't get more time in the oven. If it got more time, I think we could potentially get very good title. I don't know how much better the multiplayer part of it would be, but it would be better for sure. This is my favorite part. Observe G on the left side of the screen. Look. And now? Yeah, this game needed like 1 more year in development, most likely. This pisses me off so much. It says so much about how shit this garbage ass fucking industry actually is. And you know what? Honestly, it's just not only on developers. Just part of the problem are gamers. You basically had the humongous success that is Baldur's Gate 3, yeah? And this game was sitting in the early access for a very, very long time, yeah? And I'm not sure if they had some sort of the investors behind them or anything like that. It seems like no, it's Larian Studios. They could do that on their own. They were working on their own, yeah? So no fucking shit-ass publisher being like, hey, do the game faster, yeah, like, finish it faster, oh. And worst thing is that Lords of the Fallen could be, in my opinion, legitimately the best Souls-like that we ever had. The amount of issues that we had here, like the shitons of problems that we had here, could be easily avoided by simply giving more time to the devs to cook it. Why am I saying that like players are partially at fault? It's because you, player, you want to pay 250 PLN which is like around $60. For a game of this scale, even though the price didn't go up in the last, I don't know, like 20 years or so, the value of these $60 is so much less in comparison to years ago. You, average customer, pay the same amount of price and you demand constantly the same type of quality or better quality. And I say that multiple times already. This way of distributing games has to be stopped. You either have to start putting games in early access, similarly to how Baldur's Gate actually did, or if not, then you need to introduce stuff like battle passes, skins, and so on and so forth. But when average gamer hears about stuff like that, they immediately think pay to win or some other bullshit. And you have like good battle passes, for once, these created by League of Legends, yeah? Getting these funny currencies and you basically can exchange it for the skins. There is a reason why essentially one of the best grossing games in the world are actually free-to-play titles. This old-ass system of monetization is just not only fucking worse and more dangerous for studios and publishers, it is just also less profitable. Like, dude, the games that fucking could be great, but got pushed out too early. Dude, my favorite game series of all time, Gothic, yeah? This could be holy grail of gaming industry. But instead, it's unfinished mess. Amazing concept for the game, literally freaking killed because Joe Wood just didn't give them time, yeah? Well, one of RANTs of all time. Honestly though, situation between Hexworks and their publisher, in this case CI Games, is something that honestly I don't really know anything about. So this entire rant might be not exactly even accurate when it comes to Lords of the Fallen. It's also worth to look from the second side. At the end of the day, all these things I was talking about still stands though. In my opinion, the fact that regular system of, oh, I pay $60 for the game and then that's about it, honestly, I really dislike it. And the reason for that is because I really like to play video games for longer amount of time. I enjoy the fact that I'm gonna come back to the game after, let's say, half a year, and the game is going to be quite different to how it was on the release. Reasonably implemented microtransactions not only give you content in form of, well, these microtransactions related items, so for example skins, yeah, to the weapons, to the armors and so on and so forth, but also gives incentive to the studios so they would work on the replayability that could be potentially implemented to the game. It essentially means more content, and of course I want more content. Honestly though, that wouldn't be the first time where my opinion doesn't really aligns very well with opinion of the average gamer. So I don't know, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you a lot for watching this literally bullshit of the video. I see you in the next one. Bye.
Hello, gamer. Memories broken, dream goes unspoken.